Welcome to the Hampshire 1900 start for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 13th of March 1940, which means we've come through another winter without too many problems. One problem we have got growing now is crime. So in this part I want to try and, we're going to start by fixing some of the problems, making a little bit of progress. And then I want to possibly start developing Southampton as a new urban centre. So we need to get the utilities into Southampton. I would like to work on Milford-on-Sea's industrial area, because that's going to become quite important. So there's a lot of things to do, but the first thing I want to start with is down here, because we've now got the money to buy a paver template. Let's come in here. We got a barber green template, and what we're going to do is tell you to produce two of those here. We will do wall stock in a little while, and the other thing I'm hoping for, we'll put one covered in. I don't want the repeat queue. Stop production after the end. That's the right way round. And the other thing I'm also thinking about is I need a replacement for a dumper. We don't really have any high capacity. Is there any cheap Western dumpers that we can use? Maximum capacity, well, 108,000, 180,000. I've got a cheap one here. This is the AC tractor trailer dumper 6-cylinder. Okay, it's only 25,000. Okay, we're gonna buy you, and we're gonna start. Gonna dumper. Get rid of the. I think we've got some cupboard holes, so we're gonna start producing those. We got what we got here. We got a couple of vehicles here, which I can put into here, so we can produce two pavers here. Just let the game run. We're going to come over to here. Where's my vehicle production here? One of the downsides of this vehicle production here is, this is not built yet. Okay, I got space over here for some trucks. Let me just see, where's my we got a little bit of space for maybe one. Have we got any more space here? Yeah, we got a little bit. Yeah, I'm building this store to take the overflow from here. So yeah, this is full again. So we got a surplus of trucks, but once this is built, let's say this is another key thing, that once you start and get into vehicle production, you've got to start thinking about things. Paver, we're going to get two of those. And we are going to start getting some dumpers there. We're going to tell it to stop production when it runs. And of course, the one thing I do need to do is come into dumpers and workshop total capacity. That's the 4-cylinder. This is the 6-cylinder. What I'm trying to do is actually replace you with the 6-cylinder as well. Capacity, we got four cylinders. I don't know where they came from, but so we're going to replace these with the 6-cylinders. But more importantly, what I want to do is get rid of these heavy steam haulers. So we got that here. While we're in war stock, we got a couple other things to do. I still can't work out what has gone wrong with this. I've kind of thought about different ways. I've monitored it, and This building here I've set for demolition because it's outside of the scope of the sewage outfall. And another change I've made here is that we've got I've got a sawmill, put a sawmill in here because I found that the one over, where are you, over here, was draining out all the wood from here, and which was causing a potential heating problem here. So what I've done is I've moved this down to here in Cosham, and we've actually put a full-sized sawmill here. And the reason I've made this directional is that I don't want the sawn lumber from here going into there, and I've set this the wrong way round because I want to use this open storage for local delivery for bricks and also things. What are you? How old are you? You're not being repaired. What's your damage? What's your wear and tear? 57%. Do I have a repair problem? Let me just give a quick look. You're operating without issues. You're, do I have vehicles in here? Yep. I think I might need to start tightening up my repair criteria. So generally Warstock's going quite well, but while we're here, actually, we've now got another new research. This is uranium mining techniques. What this should do is reveal on the map, once it's finished, what are where the uranium is. It should be on the Isle of Wight, if I remember correctly. And if we get, so what we're going to do now is we got that crime problem. So I'm going to put, oh, yeah, we got problem here. So what we're going to do is put another courthouse in. I would rather be over the top. I don't want the historic courthouse. We're going to put you in there like that. And what we'll do is we'll put one mud road there and one asphalt. The asphalt one is to come that way. Actually, I've just noticed this. What we will do is we'll put something like that in there as well, because what that should do is improve the walking distance. Yep, makes it good. Now, something I would like to do is put some vehicle production over here, but first, okay, we've got a traffic jam. Where's the traffic jam? Looks like it's for a fuel. Oh, no, it's just the... you're trying to deliver fuel. Okay, that's it will get there. Back to Milford-on-Sea. In the last part, we were working on this area, and we've now got our gravel production up and running. I want, like, if possible, I'd like to work on this. We've got a coal mine here, which is now functional, but of course, there's no point to it at all at the moment, simply because it's we need to get in the other side of the coal mine. But the game night very kindly built that for me, even though I didn't really want it. I think what I need to do is let's have a look at. I've got a problem up here with some contamination, but we've got because what's happened here is I didn't set up the what we call it. So what we're going to do is pick you up there, load. Now what I'm going to do, now this is a little bit of a trick you can do when you do waste management, is if you're not sure what vehicles, because when you're working with waste pickup and drop-offs, sometimes the game will be a bit sensitive about there, because we're picking up from this building, not rather than an aggregate store. It says here, waste transport between aggregate stores needs to be with dumper trucks. Waste transport between open stores needs to be open flatbed trucks. So if you're not sure, do the connections first. We need dumper trucks. We're going to get 2 of those. Oops, no, they're rubbish. What am I on about? We'll have to use those somewhere else. And we actually need a couple of capacities. Yeah, I was talking there. Don't need anything that big. Because we're only moving plastic waste. So get a couple of... okay, so I've probably got too many trucks in here. Now, one thing I do want is we need to move. So what I'm going to get is a waste truck here, because I've got to remove that. So we're going to get a waste truck here. It can move construction waste. Because what's happened is, because this filled up, what's happening now is that the construction waste is coming through into here, and it's actually clogging up and it's now converted this to construction waste, and that means that the mixed waste is building up in here. So what we're going to do, we now have built a distribution office up here. We're going to need a gas station. I think we'll put it about here, since it's right in front of me. So we'll put a gas station in here as well. So this area is getting bigger. One thing I noticed was the fact that the snow was piling up, so we're putting this in here as well. So that is working quite well. What's your carry capacity? Oh, you have 5 tons of gravel. That's good. You have 5 tons of gravel. Of course, they're going to go wandering off, and you're going to send everything to the custom shed. So you're going to pick up the concrete construction waste and the metal scrap. This guy will move out the plastic waste. I don't think we've got plastic recycling just at the moment, have we? No, we've only got steel and gravel recycling at the moment. What this guy will do is start... Yeah, this guy is... You're a waste of space. I don't know why I got you, but we'll send you to there and discard the cargo. Yeah, that was I wouldn't say an expensive mistake, but a bit of a pointless mistake. We'll intercept this guy and send them there. What we could do is use these for... Now, your job is going to be going over to here. You're going to park in there. You're going to pick up, and you're going to wait until loaded. And you're going to come here. And this is a trick you can do. We just follow him. It also works very well, although the devs have fixed the bug related to fertilizer and biological waste now. But sometimes, even now, there can be an argument where you can actually, how can you put it, put a truck in. Wow, all those shoppers coming out of there. So we're going to go up here. Just wait for you to get out, and you will. You've got a little bit of fuel because you've filled up. Anyway, I'll just wait until we get to the incinerator. And what he'll do is he'll pull into here, and you can see he's picking up the... And now we'll now set him to mix waste, but remember we've still got some contaminated stuff in here. So until that's no longer contaminated, because the output here now is still got some construction waste on it. So obviously we've got an inefficiency here with respect to the construction waste of the separation at the moment. Because this is still contaminated as well. So it's going to take a little while for this to kind of clean out, and this truck will do that job for us. Okay, let me just... the other thing I would like to look at before we get down to doing some new future planning is, say, this scrapyard is working after a fashion. We will need to keep an eye on this coming out of here, because at the moment this, especially the metallic waste, so this is probably going to need another distribution office. This is now built, so what we can do now is move you guys over to there, and what I will also do, oh, we can remove this road on the way through as well. This is all part of my asphalting program. What we will do is get to here, pick this lot up, and send the whole lot to there. And that means I've now got a kind of construction depot thingy here, which will do it. Let's just a quick check of this on the way through. Okay. Right, I want to limit the amount of boards to, because I want to have some spare capacity in here should I want to store surplus. You know, I mean, we don't need kind of this amount of 115 tons would be quite nice. You know, we can scale it later on if should it be necessary. And of course what we're going to do now is we're going to have to do the necessary fiddling around a bit. This board's not assigned at the moment. That's the reason for that, is that I demolished the previous location. So you were back on the customs. Yeah, but you can come there. And of course now we're getting mechanical components and things coming in. What we can do now is see about how we can actually utilize those mechanical components. And of course we could export boards if we wanted to, but I want to make sure that we could export some boards if necessary. Yeah, why not? Let's get an open hole. Give us a small profit, because I do have our current profits are marginal. We'll use the YAG open trailer. I mean, that's actually maybe it's time. We've got a YAG with that, but you know, so we're going to get that there. And this guy's distributing alcohol. Okay, we've got cement export here, so we can tuck him in there. And then what we can do is say export when this is more than 50% full. Okay, we'll push this up to 150. Yeah, just to show you the economy. You can see we are making a healthy profit, but if I do last year, you see that overall we only made 17,000 profit over the entire year. So it shows our profits are marginal. You can see one of our big costs now is in replacing vehicles. Got some 440 in foreign manpower. That smacks a little bit of the fact that I've got a demolition office that's still got that there. And of course, we go to exports to the Soviet bloc. You can see our main exports is clothes, bitumen, alcohol, and fuel. So we got that, but of course, the biggest problem we've got is imports. You can see here the steel. We do really need to start thinking about steel and electronics. These are going to be the two killers if we don't deal with them. We're still picking up some marginal clothes and stuff like that. So that's something we're going to need to work on. Change you to there. This is the one, isn't it? Yeah. So just send you to there. You can go to there. Yeah, over 50%. Just make sure you don't export anything else. What that will give us a tiny income, but it all adds up over time, and especially the fact we're not paying for fuel. So that's the other key factor here. We seem to run out of building projects here. Let me just make sure. One thing I do want to see is that's Ferrum. Okay, we've now built over this bridge. Right, let me just see. Now comes the fun bit. Can I get a... We're not going to get a road connection to there, so we're going to have to put... Okay, we can start with that. The other thing I want to do is we've built this to here. I want that built there. And build this here. Because what I want to do is create an asphalt road through here as a secondary highway down into this area. And by making it asphalt, that will encourage the road traffic, the vehicles to use it. The other one I wouldn't mind is here. We put you there. I don't want to overload yet until we've got the paver. So we've got that area there. Just want to come back to here. I'm gonna put a... I need a... Can I get a small distribution office in here? Let me just see. Oh yeah, we're gonna get you in there. Actually, get way too many junctions. Actually, we're gonna put you there so you're not putting too many junctions. As I said with the prioritization in the past, if you've got a main road, you want to minimize the actual your actual junctions, because every time you've got a junction, say here, we come here, it's probably got it on here, the vehicle stops to make a decision. So if you kind of set these so the vehicle never makes the decision, it keeps the vehicles moving. Got another one just here. Just have a quick look through on the way through. That's not important, it's the side road. This one is important. You've got it there. That's just, these are just side roads, they're not a problem. Got a traffic jam. Okay, yeah, it's always down here. So if we can start asphalting in the roads around here, we can get something a bit more efficient. One thing I will do before we go back to Milford-on-Sea, sorry, brain faded a little bit there. I'd like to have asphalt out these roads as well, because this road's going to be quite important. It looks like our railway line is coming here. Let me just check. Where are you? Rail construction office. Are you still? Yeah, you've still got work to do, but we're going to add you to there because South Sea is becoming more and more important. Also, the food production in this area. We've got so much to do if we're going to keep the economy growing. More importantly, we've got to make some cash. What's the you see the happiness is here. They just got 2 workers can't work because the kindergarten. Where's the kindergarten? Gosham School. Oh, it says the kindergarten's there. It's just there. Right, what was that research we just finished? Okay, we've now revealed uranium on the map. Now, this is purely curiosity. Wow, I thought uranium was on the Isle of Wight. We've got uranium there. Now, that's very interesting. That's basically... basically, this has changed my whole game plan for the development, because my focus was going to be more on this area. But if we've got uranium there, where is there? What's it like? We're here. There's Southampton water. There's Hive and Waterside up here. But I mean, at the moment though, we can't really do that much, because I think if we look at all we've got so far is a uranium mine, and it's not going to be worth the infrastructure to develop that. But that is something that's very, very interesting. How much unemployment have I got in here? Let me just, well, we can just turn that off. Don't need it. How much unemployment have I got in this area? Citizens during free time. Never knew that. Right, we've got some unemployment here. What's causing this? Got 29 workers who don't have any work. I'm kind of thinking... Actually, can we develop this area a bit more? And we got the bus stop there. We got that coming out there. I'm just wondering if I go over here. Just gonna drop a save. Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna try and clone this entire area. It's a big area, but if we can develop this area here, where are we? Say for example, if I can put you there very, very carefully, squish you right in like that, and get rid of, go underground. We can get rid of you, we don't need you. Get you there, come above ground, tidy up that footpath. Right, what we need to do is we can take that road out. Ah, you're too close. No, it's no good. Okay. I'm just going to delete this. I forgot the road, so we don't need the... Okay, it's the gate. It's going to go over here. Where is it? It was that way round, but what we're going to have to do is push it this way. No, I wanted it. If we push you that way, so that you're on just about there behind the gas station, I think we can make this work. The alternative is we put it that way round. Not worried about the red road. We can get rid of that. Actually, if I put you that's going to cause a problem there. Actually, if I put you about there, move you in as close. Yeah, we can get rid of that. We can line the road up there. Okay, everything's disappeared because I got rid of the road. Okay, that's okay. We can move things around a bit. Let's push you there. Okay, we didn't pick up the. So what we got here is we got the horse breeder on that side. We got this here. If we take the road out here, we'll do it with mud roads so that the game doesn't get too enthusiastic. Let me just. We got that connection there. We can put in there. Let's have a look at the battery connections. So you can go there. You can connect to there. You can connect from there to there. This is the wood cutting post, which needs to be connected as well. You can connect to there. Actually, what we could do is move you, because this is where we're going to drop stuff off. So we can bring the wood cutting post like that. And that brings him into range of the bus stop there. That brings you into range of that. That just leaves this bit here. So we got this road can go to there. That just leaves this bit of road here. You can come out here, go around there. That just means we've got to get, somehow we've got to get a workforce from here to here, or the actual horse breeder. Where's the footpath connection? Got no footpath connection. Okay. That means that what we're going to have to do is put something about there. Put you about there. Go underground. That connection to there. It's a bit weird. What's that doing there? That doesn't look right. This definitely does not look right. Try that again. That's better. It's an underpass. That gives you there. Hook you to there. That gives us all the full coverage we need. Wait, guys, cut it out. Oh, they're just so enthusiastic. Just tidy up that. Make that into a gravel road. Okay. This and this is going to need to be split so that we can. Which is going to be a little bit inconvenient here because we're going to have to build that, that, and that. Okay, we're just going to leave these guys to it. They've kind of gone off on a pollution warning. What's that then? Oh yeah, 20%. Do 90. Because I don't think it's a problem. Let me just see. We got any pollution around here? No, I'm not seeing any pollution. Is there any pollution coming in from Cosham? Not that it ranges out this far. Okay, I think what I will do is, because of the sewage and stuff problems here, I will put in a... We'll put a little pollution monitor in. Actually, we'll put it up this side because we're going to have industry in this way eventually. So what we'll do is we'll just tuck you in there. And we'll hook you up there like that. Right, let's back to Milford-on-Sea. You need to be high priority. I want you focused on that area here. So we got the beginnings of a vehicle production up here. Let's just check. Are we getting still? Well, we're reducing the amount of construction waste pollution, but we're just gonna have to keep working on that. Okay. Right. The next. What I want to do is just have a quick check to see if we've got any pavers yet. No. These obviously are going to take quite a long time to build. We might be building them quicker up here. Let me just see. I want those pavers in action as soon as possible. I'm going to remove you from the plan. I think we got quite a lot of Mack trucks now. I mean, eventually we're going to need to scale up our overall production. Let me just see. I just want to double check this. This is a Mack truck 6-cylinder. Covered hull. Are you the Mack truck? Yeah, just making sure that we got that. Again, the focus on the rest of these I can live with at the moment. What we got to do is get rid of these heavy haulers. I think that's... We've still got a little bit of time. So what I need to do is... I think now we've got this here. We might have some scope to actually pull out some gravel for that construction waste for recycling. Right, so we've got the coal mine here. Now I'm just going to put in the other coal mine. This is 76%, 72, 70, we've got 70, 80%, 81% there. So this is going to, can we push you out? Oh, this is going to take a little while, isn't it? To grow you out that way. So, right. Again, I don't want to put in, so what we're going to do is we're going to drop a coal mine, flip it that way. So we're going to have another coal mine about there. So what we're looking at, we've got the there. So we're going to possibly bring, where's the other coal mines? Got a coal mine over there. A little bit of coal. We've got a coal mine there. We've got potentially 4 coal mines here. So what I'm thinking is we've got to connect this one up to an aggregate store over here. And we're going to go big because we're going to get quite a lot. 1,000 tons, 2,500. We've got to bring a road in. We can bring a road in through there. So we're looking like that. Can we go bigger than 2,500? 2,000, 5,000. This one, it looks good, but I think the 2,500 is a bit more compact and it's got a lot more connections. So if we can put this here, I want it, so actually we're going to put it this way so that a little bit further away, just in case I've got to put multi-connector actual drop-off. So we'll angle you. Oh, look at that, it's just gone that way. Oops, don't want these. And that's actually got a direct connection from that coal mine. Yeah, we don't. That's encouraging, but I don't need it just at the moment. What we can do is we've got the fire truck there. What we will do is we should get a flow through here, but I don't like flow throughs like that. No, we're gonna keep this as a separate road. The reason I don't like going through buildings like that is that there are, say for example that this was full of trucks, then the fire truck won't go through there because the loading bays are occupied, if that makes sense. What we will do now is we need a conveyor. We want multiple in, one out. Wow, that's really on the wrong side though. We could get it that way. That would give us, let me just see, that will pick up that. And we're kind of skating along the edge there. And this can, wow, that gives me a really strong connection to there. And it also means that we can connect up other ones. We got the potential to bring conveyor over into here. Just check I've got it the right way. So we can put another conveyor connection that way. Just check to see if that will hook up. Yeah, so we can come in this way from over there. That will feed into there. We've also got the potential to come in this way. That will bring the coal to here. Now comes the fun bit. Fossil fuels coal processing plant. We're probably going to need some form of distribution array across the back here. My instinct is we're going to need a separate bus stop. So the outputs are that way, the inputs are that way. It's all a little bit back to front. Again, we've got this modern industry. What is the... This will turn 140 tons of coal ore into... We've got footpaths coming out the front. See, my instinct is Let me just see if I've got coal. Clear that. We got anything that's a big coal processing? Got a coal breaker, a coal field steel plant, coal breaker, raw iron. Wow, that's a bit OP, isn't it? Although that turns 625 tons of coal ore in. It's got 150 workers. No, that's a little bit too much, to be honest. That's brought coal. We don't need that. We boiler, coal fuel plant, tiny coal mine, charcoal burners. How big's this? This is the opposite extreme, isn't it? This has got a rail link to it. This takes 50 workers, turns 700 tons of coal into 400 tons of coal. I actually quite like this raw steel mill, but for some reason it's got a pipe connection, which makes me a little bit worried. I think we're just going to stick with the in-game one. Let me just look at the setup I did over in Warstock. Sometimes you just need a little bit of inspiration. We're kind of running this way, so let me just see. So I flipped it, and we're running the road on the side of the entry point, and then we could put another one in like that. Okay, that makes sense. What that means is that we are going to be running what was it? The road was that way round. So we're looking at something along the lines of, we don't need the connection to there. So we're looking at something like that, and we're going to need a lot of them. So the idea is we'll go that way. I'm just going to put 4 in place like that. Now, why my instinct is the game does come with. There used to be quite a neat little one that it was I haven't used it for a very, very long time. Conveyor crossing tract, conveyor 1 in, 1 out. Conveyor road and rail. That's the one. That's for rail. Yeah, right. What we're going to do is demolish you, demolish you. No, it's not that one. It was this one. And no, this used to be road only. Road 2 rails. That's it. This is the one. This is what I'm looking for. Where put you like that. If we go there, get the coal processing plant. And put the first one there, like that. Actually, it was this way, wasn't it? No, it was this way, wasn't it? Just there. We can push them out a little bit, like that. Put you there. You can go there. Accept that. Come here. Put you 1, 2, 3 there. You can take the road off of here into here, and we can run. Bring the road in a little bit close there. Unemployment too high. Where are you? Okay, we've now got our courthouse going. We will, once we've got our this built up here. These guys are doing a grand job. High priority. High priority. We get that little bit built in there. Okay, so we've got this here. And what I'm going to do now is, oops, not that, conveyors. Okay, actually, let me just get rid of the road again. What we'll do is we'll bring a road out there. Road out there. Just leave it in plan for the moment. And then what we can do is this road is a problem. Okay. We're going to have to move you a little bit. Oh, that's 1-to-1. That's one. That's the rail one again. I think what we'll do is we'll do something like that. Actually, come to think of it, we should be able to get the road under here. Yep. So if I trim that back, bring the road under here, bring the road to there, and then we'll do it this way. You can put another connection there, another connection there, and another connection there, and then we can go on ad infinitum. Not that we will go on for infinity, but clear you, clear you, clear you. Then we can take this road. We don't need, well, we could put that, actually, would that be a neater solution? We remove you and you. Remove you, you, and you, and leave you there. That will give us a connection through to there. That will push the road all the way through to there, like that. Except that road there. And then of course what we'll have to do on the other side, well, I won't do it here now. In fact, what I'm going to do is suspend you, you, and you, because we'll begin with, we're only going to need one coal processing plant. In the next part, we're going to carry on working on this area, because of course what we're going to need to do is put in another fairly big aggregate store on this side. What we'll do is we'll set up a kind of complex. In fact, I can probably put it there to start with. Like, we can take the road through between the two, so that's good. We can put you out to stretch you out a little bit like that. Remove you. No, we can leave that one connected as well, but that would mean that we would still have some inputs for a further. So we got that connected there. The road can come out. Just make sure the road goes through here like that, and you can come to there, and then eventually all this can be built in over time. That will mean that we can bring the coal from the coal mine here to here, to bring it into here, which comes into here. One thing we will need to do, which is going to be a bit problematic, let me just look at this, just to go to me. Yeah, we got an output there. Let me just try something. Put you there. Let me just, because we got to send coal that way. So if I trim you back there, get you as close to that building as possible, and then because if we can get into this area, we can then run a conveyor down through here somehow. But I want to make sure that I can get out of here with a conveyor. Let me just see, can we do this with a just going to remove you for the moment. Aggregates. No. Yeah, we can put you there. Put you from there to there. It's the right one, isn't it? Yep, it's that one. And then you can get into there, remove you, and remove you. And then the, yeah, once we get through here, flip that way. Yep, you can go, get you as far as possible. We're going to need some very, very long runs here. So we're looking at running for about as far as there. Then we can kind of curve. If we go close to the coal mine, because then we've got that connection there. But this is going to be a bit fiddly, guys. So I'll do this off camera. Just want to make sure the road connection. Yeah, we can go out both sides here. We can put a road connection that way. Actually, drop that road connection in so it can get marked. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll do this off camera. So just to wind up, I just want to go back and see if we've built any pavers yet. I know it's a bit of an obsession, but okay, we've now got a barber green paver. Have we got any space in here? Yep. Okay. You can make your way there. And eventually, once he's there, we can get rid of these little guys. And then we'll do the same over here. You built one? No, we just got back AC. Okay. Let's put you in there. So you're available. Just have a quick look at our courthouses. See if they've made any. Yep, they're getting crime back under control. Is that filling up our prisons? No, I don't think we're okay. We've now got this here. So things are looking good. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. I've got no idea what date is we're going to be picking up things. But until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.